Yeah. Game 2 preview spaces. We had a lot of y'all pull up last time and speak. We're going to need a few more of y'all. I see the super chats already. We got about an hour and 15. We're going to have some guests up here outside of those that come up here and speak. My dog, my OG Grub gonna pull up. Let's have a good time, man. And also, when this is over, got something else that y'all probably want to check out. And look, I got notes this time.
You must know that first. Can't nothing and nobody fade what we trying to do and what we about to do. Second thing is, we got this game on our level. You understand what I'm saying?
Welcome to another episode of In Space. I am your host, Chris Connor. This is the second pregame Spaces of Sorts through YouTube that we have done. The first one was a huge success, so we thought, hey, let's run it back. Show brought to you here by Crystal. Shout out to all the beautiful crystals out here, including the one that is in my household. Shout out to her. Shout out to Crystal Hot Sauce. Shout out to Birdside Law Firm. Shout out to who am I missing? DraftKings Sportsbook, Lala, Justin Ross, everybody behind the scenes to help make shit happen. And as well as y'all that keep pulling up comments, spread the word, get your people up here. Anybody you know that got an opinion they want to pull up, we can put the link in the comments and let's talk about game 2, man. Rocky, what up? Osborne, what's good? X, change the profile picture again. I see it. The Spark Notes. Chung, you listen, man. You gotta have the Spark Notes, though. You got to, bro. You got to. How are you in space? I like this actually. I like this. Let's see. Well, there's a few ways I can explain this. There are some shows that I do high, so that kind of, you know what I'm saying. If you don't know the background in regards to spaces itself, I mean, I can't really explain it to you. In space is just in space. Sometimes I be talking and being in space mentally, trying to get out words. It's a lot of ways to be in space, dog. Colin, final score prediction. Lito asked me this yesterday. I'm like 10, what I say? 102. I think I said like 103-94 Pelicans. I think they're gonna win tonight. That's a Wayne song from somewhere, and I don't remember what it is. That's I do know. That's Upgrade You. She didn't think I knew that, y'all. Also, how y'all feel about chocolate peanut butter? Do we have any chocolate peanut butter fans in here? That might sound a little crazy for y'all that don't have a background at that, but I just want to know how y'all feel about it. Cause there's somebody in here that's real, like, she. I ain't gonna tell you, I ain't gonna say who, but she act like she don't like chocolate peanut butter, like I'm crazy. All right, Rocky, 112, 106. Rocky, we need you up here. Sure. Hey, perfect example. Perfect example. Now look, the cereal is trash. I go on camera and say, the cereal is horrible. I had somebody refer that Reese's peanut butter cup. It's not even peanut butter cup. The Reese's box cereal is horrible. It's one of the worst things that's ever fucking created. Ain't no chocolate. It's all peanut butter. It's terrible. Brenton, what's up, bro? South Australia. I like it. What time it is over there, dog? You like Chicago drill rap, Chum? You remember Lil Reese? Him. Nah. It's somebody. It's a person called chocolate peanut butter. That's crazy. That's crazy. If there's a person out here that calls themselves chocolate peanut butter, like a man, that is wild, bro. That is fucking wild. I'm just talking about chocolate peanut butter like candy. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Not a person. That's. I mean, even because that's even like brought up. Like even the fact that, hold on, because I think we starting the show off wrong, man. That is insane. That is insane.
I want to thank the Lord. I want to thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man.
There we go. Appreciate that, Lala. We already off script. So yo, let's talk. Let's talk a little bit, man, about the game, dog. I got a question for y'all. This in here that I want to know strictly about, like, some of the other playoff series that are going on right now, and I want to talk strictly Josh Hart and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. A couple years later, how y'all feeling, man? How do y'all feel that that's been Pelicans fans that long, watching them kind of, have their moment in the playoffs? Like, how y'all feel, and is there any regret, a couple years later, from making that deal that was made to get CJ and Larry and company, watching the way Nah and Josh are playing? I agree with that, dog. I agree with that as well, bro. Yeah, yeah. It's not like he became just like this all time shooter, man, out of nowhere. He just, what I mean, he's a really, Josh Hart is somebody I would hope, like, if I was Dyson Daniels, like, that's somebody's tape that I would watch. Like, there's other ways to impact the game, but Josh got a motor, dog. He got things that he been this way since he was a rookie that you can't really teach. And it's crazy because they play him, like, I watched them. They played a back to back. It was like late in the season. I think it was like March ish. Josh Hart played 45 minutes one night, and played 46 minutes the next night, and I'm like, what we doing? Why is that necessary? Why y'all doing that? All right, y'all. I'm going to bring my dog, my if y'all ever see Rocky in the building and y'all just happen to have a orange Fanta on you, like, what I'm saying. I don't think she don't really rock with Sprite like that. But you see her and she got, and she empty handed, orange Fanta. If y'all don't know, if y'all don't know about
Whoa.
Rock,
What up, son? How you feeling, man?
what's up? What's good, man? You look kind of rich there. That look like a rich couch. What's happening?
That's actually the bed. I'm in the bed, man.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Even it still look rich. How much you pay
oh,
for that? About 4 bands.
somewhere around there, yeah, about almost 5K.
Oh, okay. All right. I
You
ain't
know.
think I ain't think he was going. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man,
About
some slight.
yeah, just a little something. I ain't feel like transitioning to the sofa today. I'm gonna watch the game in the room and then I'll do the spaces from the sofa.
I
Um,
feel that.
but I want to come in here and show you some love, man. Always got to show you love, man. Love, bro. You up there in the Chi Town and shit, holding it down, cross the globe, doing your thing, man. So I had to support. Nothing but love. Shout out to everybody in here. It's Pels and Six. I'm sticking to that. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Oh, I'm sorry. I got the ex.
You can cuss.
I
You can
got the
cuss.
expletives. I can
You can
curse on
cuss.
here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can cuss.
Oh, all right, all right. I don't want to blow your spot up. But Pels and Six, man. Look, key to tonight's victory is playing through Jonas Valanciunas. No
Mm.
hero ball, no too many dribble, no isolations. We don't need too much of that dribble penetration pause. We don't need all that. We need to inside outside game, play through Jonas Valanciunas. Work was what works for us. Stop trying to play everybody else's game and play our style of basketball. Stick to the keys of victory is playing through Jonas, playing through Jonas, playing through Jonas. It's that simple. Chet cannot guard Jonas. He can't handle the physicality with Jonas. So you have to get that ball inside, outside, back out. Be ready to shoot, trade, pull up, shoot the three. Don't hesitate. Don't keep putting it on the ground. If you ain't got the space, I can understand it. But if the space is there, it should be no hesitation. Pull up, shoot the three. You got that in your genes. It's in your blood. The shot already fall. We need CJ McCollum to just be CJ McCollum, not Zion.
So let me ask you something, because this question is for the chat as well. So I've been talking to a few people the last couple of days about Bi, and if the report now, or the book on Brandon getting around the league is simply to be physical with him, and not be physical with him because, not saying that he's soft, but being physical with him as someone who doesn't have elite quickness, who doesn't show elite strength, and also somebody isn't going to make that. He's not going to use that aggression against said opponent by flopping and doing anything like that. He's still going to try to work through it and get through his spot. So it feels like, especially in the playoffs, like the book is low. We just going to be physical with him, make the refs call the fouls. He's not going to, he's not going to complain much. He's not going to flop. He's not going to overdo. He's not going to sell the call ridiculously, or in a dramatic fashion. You'll get him frustrated. And then you see plays like at the quarter, might have been when the Pelicans were up to during that little weird stretch. And he gets Lou Dort, I think, on the right block. Dort flops a little bit. B.I. tries
A
to be
lot.
positive. Yeah. And it goes the other way. What are your thoughts behind, about what scout reports might be saying about Brandon, and what teams are trying to do and trying to guard him, especially coming back off an injury? And what do you think he got to do tonight to kind of get around that and beat that kind of defense, that kind of structure the teams are throwing at him?
Okay, so word on the curb was he's soft. Let's just call it for what it is. That's what the word is. That's what everybody's saying. That you can rattle him, you can get into his mind by being physical with him. Brandon has to come out tonight with let me prove that wrong. Not so much as prove that I could win or that I could be the best man on the court for the Pelicans. Because you
Yeah.
don't need that with this team. You just need to be the best man at the moment when we need you to. Right? So
Yeah.
Brandon has to come out. He has to realize that the physicality ain't going there. The whistle not going there. He has to come out. He has to get to his shot, and he has to get a sense of urgency with it as well. When you find that space, when you create that space, pull up, take your jumper and your midi, and go about your business. He has to realize that there's no bailout whistle.
Mhm.
And for this team, Chris, the crazy part is having played 82 games plus,
Yeah.
you didn't get the whistle all season, so you shouldn't even be
Exactly.
looking for it right now. So
Exactly.
in my head, for Brandon tonight, for him to beat the Chargers, let's say pause, right? He would have to come out, exert himself, and not allow Lou Dort's physicality to disrupt the process in him creating and taking his middies when they're available for him. He has to be not so much as dominant, but efficient. And he cannot do another 12-point performance.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this, and then I'm gonna move to the next person. Also, guys, if y'all don't know, shout out to Charles was up here the first show. We got Florin here. Shout out to Florin, Rocky,
Whoa.
Florin, Charles, and others. They do a great job of hosting Twitter Spaces post game, every game. They'll be on there again tonight, recapping the game with the people. Hopefully after a W. But let me ask you, Rock, do you think with the way that the Pelicans have, like, typically in the playoffs, you really don't panic if they say a series really isn't challenged until the first home game is lost,
Hmm.
right? Um, so but with the way that the Pelicans have struggled at home as of recent to end the season, and and stretches pretty much all year, do you see tonight's game as a must win?
Even if we was playing well at home, tonight is a must win. You
Mhm.
have to steal one on the ops court. You have to. If you don't, the likelihood of you winning 4 games is slim to none. You can't win 4 games if you don't get one over there. And
Yep.
so tonight you have to set the standard for how you gonna compete in this series. Okay, you knew what it was last game. You knew how physical it was gonna be. Now you know what you're walking into because it's playoff basketball. You're not playing a new team. You're gonna be playing the same team, so it's gonna be game day adjustments, pretty much in game adjustments that you're going to be working with, chess not checkers. When we say that all the time, chestnut checkers.
Yeah.
So you have to go out there tonight. You got to get this win by all means necessary. And then you got to go home and play with the same confidence that you have on the road. Because now you're going to be doing it in front of your home crowd. And now you have that hump on your back because you are 1-8 in the last 9 at home. And now it's time to man up and say we can win at home too. And I think if we can get tonight's win, I think it goes a lot for the mentality of this team going back home. I think we can get at least, if we get tonight, we can get at least 2 of the ones at home. I'm gonna say that. You know why? Because I have a slight bit of a sense of bravado on this. If we can win at least 1 or at least 2 of them at home, I mean this one and at least 1 at home, we may potentially get to see Z in game 6. And what best way to do it? Chang Chung, man. I was gonna say pause after that.
I gotta get you, Rock. I'm sorry, but we believe here in accountability here on this show.
I want to thank the Lord. I want to thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man. Love the shit out of you, man. This is for you.
I was gonna put a pause behind that one, but I did a slight hesitation in my head and just went with it. I didn't think y'all was gonna catch that one. But no, seriously, man. Shout out to you, Chris, man. Love what you're doing, bro. Nothing but love. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Y'all keep supporting Chris and Buku Media, man. Nothing but love. Have a blessed night. Let's go Pelicans. Squad the fuck up. We winning tonight. I'm out.
Love, dog. Hey, man, y'all be sure, man, to tap in with Rock post game on Twitter. If y'all don't know where exactly to find out, if y'all not new to X, well, if y'all new to being on the X platform, I still call it Twitter because that's just, I'm stubborn and old by nature. But yeah, man, y'all for sure pull up post game, man. It's always a good time. And I mean, the people in there, the people that support the team, pulling up to the games, leaving the games, the city, the region, we in there. And that's kind of how I kind of got things started for myself here. So great time, great platform, great people, y'all. So yeah, X, it's weird, bro, because I can't say new to you. Cause you know what I meant. Whatever. But you right though. Gonna get young prospect up here. What up, bro?
You?
From the chat to the stage. What's up? What's up with you?
Not much. I'm chilling, brother. Waiting for the game.
Good, man. I be seeing you always, man. You know what I'm saying? In the chat, I'm happy, it's cool to have you up here, dog. Look, same as last time, y'all. Y'all ain't gotta put your camera on or anything like that, man. Y'all can just pull up and just, you know what I'm saying, just chop it up audio style, man. So it ain't gotta be one of them, bro. But yeah, bro, Prosper, man, what you think about the game and what you think is gonna happen tonight? What you trying to see, what you need to see for the Pelicans to come out with a dub and split the first 2 games.
Hey, well, as far as tonight, I know it's not gonna happen, but it'll make my day if Jordan Hawkins just gets some type of time, bro. Just some type of time. Even though I know it's not gonna happen, because I'm so sick of seeing Dyson on the court, bro. Oh my God, bro. I'm so sick of seeing Dyson, bro. And it's not even a fact I think he's a bad player. I just hate how hesitant he is to take a shot.
Yeah.
Like, it gets under my skin so bad, bro. I'd be ready to snatch the damn TV off the wall, man. And then the Pelicans social media team, they posting damn videos of Hawkins pregame workout. And I'm like, why is y'all posting this if you're not getting no damn run, man?
Well, Prosper, did you see the video that our colleague who's in Oklahoma right now, Oklahoma City? Did you see the video that he posted of Willie and Hawk working together yesterday a little bit post practice?
No, I don't think I saw that one.
All right, hold on. It's only about 4 seconds, but here it is. Hold on.
Nah. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, and it was working. And then today pregame, he was getting some work in. Today. I don't know, bro. It's. I can't promise you that he's gonna play tonight, but even in like some of the game day pictures, or not game day pictures, but pictures from practice, that the Pelicans typically post. It'd be like a slideshow of different players. And sometimes there'd be some hints in there, and Hawkins was involved. So I'm not saying he's gonna play tonight, but I will say I would not be surprised if we see him at some point in this series, or if right now the staff or Willie are just doing their best to keep him kind of engaged for a scenario that presents himself where they do need him.
But I don't like that, man, because coach, you giving him the coach working out with him, so you see what the man doing. Like I don't get it, man, because I'm like, I understand Dyson's supposed to be one of the best defenders, but it comes certain points in the game where we need points, man. We need spacing. So and then half the time he's somewhat getting cooked anyway. So your defense is no good.
I got you.
So
Nah. I got you.
It's just mind-boggling
100%.
to me at this point, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, man. I mean, I can't speak for the, for the people that are, or for how this series will go. But I did find it interesting that, five had a few different, videos and interactions, involving Jordan, which we haven't seen as consistent as of late since he's kind of been out of the rotation. So, we'll see. Maybe tonight is the night if they get into a situation, because I don't give a fuck what the situation is, man. You're not scoring 100 points, and we've seen a few playoff games like this.
Yeah.
You're not scoring 100 points in 2024. I don't give a damn how good the defense is, man. It's odd to see, and they got to figure out a way to put more points on the board, space the floor for their guys, and knock down shots tonight. They got the amount of threes they wanted in game one. They got, I think 39. They shot 15 corner threes. They got to get guys in there to knock them down,
Yeah, and then outside of that, man, I just don't want Willie to throw the damn game away. Willie always find a way to do what Willie does, man. Sometimes, like just don't throw the game away, Willie, man.
I feel like, bro. Well, look, man. I appreciate you coming up here, man. Let everybody know your official prediction for what happens tonight.
I'm gonna say the Pels win. It's gonna be a close game. I give it a lot closer than Rocket did. I think it's gonna be like a 100 even to like 104, 106. I think it's gonna come down to the last couple minutes like the first game.
Okay. All right, bro. Y'all heard him here, man. See you back in the comments, bro. Appreciate you coming up, man, and speaking a little bit, man, and letting the people hear your thoughts. All right.
Yeah, man. I've been trying to get on. It just took me a while to figure out how to get here, but I'm here, baby.
All right, bro. I appreciate it.
For sure.
All right. That was Young Prospect, man. Y'all be sure to tap in with my dog, man. Always in the comments, support and leaving good comments, analysis as always. Ramis, my dog, dog. But speaking of Ramis, I'm super chat king right there, man. Pels in 6, 100%. I think Ramis came up last time and mentioned that he thought the Pelicans were gonna win in 6, so we'll see how that go. I like this comment, Bob. I forgot who mentioned it in the post game that we did after game 1, but Cason Wallace, he does get minutes for OKC. It may not be a whole bunch, but OKC isn't they got the right process in mind, getting him out there, letting him play. Flaws, he ain't a perfect player, but it's happening, man. It's happening. All right, let's see what else we got here. Where is Justin? Justin has something to say. After we are done with pregame, Propels Talk. It won't be everybody because they're gonna pull up from the studio, but we trying something different. It's gonna be like we gonna watch basically the game together. It's gonna be like a watch party. I don't know if y'all ever visited, like if y'all was ever a part of Playback when we used to do those, but this is gonna be a little different because I don't know how they're gonna set up the cameras in regards to the game. But immediately after this is over, Justin and a few others, I believe Ross as well, they're gonna set up and you're gonna be able to watch the game with them. They're gonna be live during the game in studio, and gonna have a little halftime show as well. So pretty much from the start to the end of the game to post game, where we do our regular recap, we're gonna be chopping it up. So y'all more than welcome to come in the comments, and even at halftime, probably come up and give y'all thoughts. It's gonna be something a little different, man. a lot of other teams. I see a lot of other content creators, doing it. And it brings a good time. I enjoy playback. So if y'all ain't gotta, we all on different, like, I thought about us being able to all do it together, but TVs and like reception being faster. So I might be on one play, they might be on the other. It just makes it weird for reaction. So they're gonna go live during the game, halftime as well, and then of course post game at the studio. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Let's see. So what y'all think about BI? I was talking to Rocky about it, man. But what y'all think? Like, y'all think the book on him right now is just to be physical with him, to kind of try to knock him off his game that way? Let's see. New to the channel. Matrix, I appreciate that. Hey, man, make the mayo. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Get your cigars and drinks ready. Osborne, what's your favorite cigar, dog? What's your drink of choice? I be having to make sure I don't be saying the wrong things. And I know I ain't say that. So it's all good. Don't nobody want to see that anyway, Chung. Don't nobody want to see, what I'm saying? He struggles when he's against good defenders, which is worrying. I don't know if it's necessarily good defenders. I think it's a style of defender. I think physical defenders that like give him trouble, because it's just it's a I'll talk to Justin about it, who's actually up here now, and we'll talk a little bit about it. But that's a really good conversation to have.
Yo,
what's up, bro?
I'm ready.
What does that mean?
So I heard you talk about Brandon. I'm just letting you know this right now. I took Brandon Ingram over 19.5 points tonight.
Where are you?
I'm outside with my dogs right now. I'm just letting them out. Like, I'm just
chilling. Oh, okay. I'm like, what's like? Why are you outside? Okay, I got you. But see, that ain't nothing crazy. If he was really about it, Justin, you would take BI over 25.5, bro.
I should have. You know what I am about though is I took first score tonight plus 1,500.
I like that. I like that.
Those are good odds.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question though, because a lot of the talk's been about Brandon Ingram and Lou Dort and the way Lou Dort's been guarding him. And I thought one of the more important things that I heard Brandon say was, "Let him do it again. I'll be ready." What are you expecting from Brandon tonight? Because I heard what Rocky said, and I kind of agree with her. But like, be aggressive, get to your spots. But obviously, you want to be aggressive. But like, what do you want to see Brandon actually do tonight?
I talked about it a little bit yesterday in the show that me and Lito did. Like, I think BI gotta throw the first punch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of times, we make jokes of when Willie talks about playing with force, because he says it so often. But I think BI literally has to play with force. Like he literally has to be like, I couldn't even I didn't have a rebuttal ready. Like, I really feel like he has to play. He has to bring because bro, it's not like Lou Dort's a really good defender, but BI is taller. And I don't think Lou Dort's even stronger than Brandon. I think he just was more intense. He was more physical. He was the more physical presence between the two. So, for Brandon, there's other things he could do, man. Maybe he could be more of a screener. Maybe he could be, he could be a little bit more faster with his running through certain motions and sets. But I really think he just has to be physical. And even if that means picking up an early foul, Justin, or just saying that's not happening today. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to be the one to kind of set the tone.
So one other thing that a lot of people talk about, I see it a lot of the time, is about foul baiting, and Brandon doesn't do that, and Zion doesn't do that. I personally think you see it tonight. I really do. I think you see sweep throughs, because if you think about it, I know Brandon doesn't play like that. He said it like I think of last playoff, he's like, I don't play like that when they lost the Thunder last year. I think you see it tonight. I think he's fed up. I think he wants to go get his. Like, I think he's gonna have a big game. I really do.
I'm gonna write that down because I think that's really interesting, Justin. What do you think about if you had, let's say you got a player that's like that say, man, I don't want to play that way. I just want to play the game the right way. But there's,
Bro,
you
Lito,
know,
I'm gonna cut you. Lito said it on y'all's show. I was
yeah,
watching. Lito said on y'all's show is like, all right, like you see the way a game's being refereed, right? So are you just gonna like allow that, or are you gonna like change your game, right? Like you have to be able to change, adapt to your game the way an officials calling it. It's just like the James Harden shit. Like Lito talked about how James Harden did the step back, and how just like it's 3 steps, but like within the rules, it's not really 3 steps. It's 2 steps. He's gaining ground.
yeah.
Like you see all the rip throughs. Like the only person that rip throughs it, and Chad says all the time, is JV. And look, I get it. Like, you know, you want to play the right way, and we have a bunch of guys that play the right way. But if you want to win, if you're looking to really, really win, well, I need to get Lou Dort in foul trouble. So what am I gonna do? If he's got his hands on me, I'm going right through his arms. I'm just sweeping right through his arms. I'm flailing. Was that crazy? I'm going right through his arms.
I'm gonna let the comments tell me if that was crazy or not. But keep going. Don't worry about it. You had the rhythm.
I think Brandon's gonna be super aggressive to come to start. Now, can he continue that for 4 quarters? That's my worry. I think Trey's gonna be fine. I think CJ's gonna have a good game tonight. But let me ask you this one more thing before I get off. Everyone's like, that's the worst the Thunder are gonna play, right? That's the worst they're gonna shoot. Well, how about looking at it from the Pelicans perspective? Because I just heard you say it. We've generated 15 corner threes. We went 1 of 15. You think Herb Jones will shoot that bad again tonight? Like, why can't we play better offense too? Like, that's my thing. Like, I thought we generated really good looks. I thought we generated great looks, actually. I don't think OKC generated that many great looks.
Yeah.
So, like, do you think the offensively?
That's a really good point. And I know me and you kind of talked about that as well, Justin. I think that, don't get me wrong, Oklahoma City, they had some open shots, but I think the Pelicans did a really good job of forcing the Thunder to do a lot of different things that they wanted them to do. Like, I thought the game plan was sharp. And see, that was my thought when we were talking post game. It's like, it wasn't like I didn't see things where I was like, that's a fluke. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I think the Pelicans just did a really good job defensively. I thought that they were physical. And you know, the Thunder similarly, like they said, all right, if Herb in the corner or Najee in the corner or Jose Alvarado is gonna beat us in the corner, like, okay, cool. Like, you know, we'll live with it. But I wouldn't say like Oklahoma City did just a tremendous job defensively. Like, I think for everything that we talked about with the Thunder struggles, the Pelicans shot worse. They shot worse from the field, and they shot worse from 3.
I agree. Yeah, Lito, I am safe. I'm in the backyard, man. Why isn't Lito joining? It's funny. He talks all this shit in the comments, but he won't join.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but what is funny though, Justin, it's getting darker and darker, and it's looking like you've been abducted.
Yeah, the sun's starting to set, so that's usually what happens every night. It's just kind of crazy how that works. But you know, I actually go to the studio now. Hey, make sure the link's in the bio if y'all want to join up and talk with Chris. But Chris, appreciate you. And yeah, we're gonna be live tonight from the studio. We're gonna have like a live watch party or interact. So if y'all want to join there, and then obviously we have the post game. So appreciate y'all. Go Pels. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, Justin. The craziest part about that is that Justin said link in bio. And you know these days, like anytime you get a comment, like when you on these social media sites and somebody say like link in bio, y'all know where I'm going with that. I'm gonna get Everett up here. And we gonna move forward here. Let's get my dog here. E, what up, man?
Yo, what up? What's good with you, Chris? Long time, brother.
Long time, bro. It look like you about to go out there and play. What up, man?
Hey, man, listen, I have to represent my boy Herb because he about to put the clamps on good old SGA today.
Okay. What's good, man? Yo, man, tell me, you've heard a little bit of the conversation, man. What you think about game 2? What do you think transfers over from game 1? And players you think are gonna bounce back, gonna have similar games? What are the keys for the Pelicans still in the game in OKC tonight?
I agree with a lot of what y'all were just talking about. I personally believe that we have a lot of things that translate well. Like, it wasn't a fluke. Like our length and size, with JV. I think that's something that we can maintain every game. The fact of how Herb defense SGA, he's always had trouble with Herb. And it's something that Willie said in his post game, or was it a post game practice or something? He said, we're not going to give up that switch as easily as we were doing before. Which something I feel like I was like, yo, why do we keep giving up the switch? And because that's exactly what OKC wants to do. Like you said, bro, we had 15 corner threes, which was on purpose because OKC gives up a lot of corner threes. We're not going to shoot that poorly from the field, from 3-point range, because it wasn't like they were doing anything that was just, oh man, we just can't get around it. No, we were just missing wide open shots, and that's something that I feel a lot better about this game than I did going into last game. You know what I mean? I felt like them adjusting to being life without Zion was going to take a couple of games, and I feel like it's going to rectify itself this game, definitely.
So do you, to that point about those that look at Oklahoma City and they say, you know what? How about this? What's the balance for Brandon Ingram playing, I guess, a game that matches up with his basketball morals,
right?
But also accepting where the game is currently and how people, whether you call it manipulation, whether you call it creativity, find ways to get to the free throw line or find ways to generate fouls.
So I listened to y'all show. Shout out to you and Lito. Great show y'all had. I listened to it today. And I understand what Lito was saying, but I was like, no, I can't follow that, because as anybody who's played sports, I'm like, just because somebody else is doing some crap, that don't mean I need to. My love for the game won't allow me to do it. So I understand where Brandon's coming from, but I also understand both sides of the coin, if that makes sense. A lot of people was like, yo, we need to see that Brandon Ingram from the Phoenix series. And I'm like, not really. I just need to see Brandon Ingram from pre-injury, the Brandon Ingram that was out here flirting with triple doubles every game. When Brandon Ingram, as you know, Antonio Daniels always say, is handing out plates, we're a better basketball team. When he is, because he is a great, outstanding passer of the basketball, and it allows us to generate more looks because he is the number one option right now. So he's going to have all the eyes on him. So his ability to pass the ball is ultimately going to ultimately help us out in the long run. And he was doing a lot more pump. Remember the pump fake he used to get people with at least 3 or 4 times a game?
Yep.
The shot, I said, that's what we need to see from Brandon. If Lou Dort's going to be that aggressive, then he's going to, even though he's not taller than Brandon, but if he hit him with that pump fake, he's going to try to block it. He's going to try to get it to Brandon's body, and that's how you draw the fouls. And it's not like they're calling a lot of foul calls this right now anyway, but those are the obvious ones that he can definitely get to the line doing that.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think, and look, even if he's not gonna just change his, change some of the, I guess you can call them antics, or whatever you want to say, the different things that we see people try to do to get fouls, whether it's flopping, whether it's different things, initiating with the basketball to try to swing throughs, rip throughs, whatever it is. At minimum, he has to be the bully.
He does.
At minimum, he gotta be the bully. He has to be the one that is like, you can't be looking like Lou Dort is punking you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the weird thing, because Rocky was talking about it that maybe while the book ain't saying you soft, when you start reading the different things that Brandon struggles with in certain matchups, if you didn't know who Brandon was, or you couldn't see him or know how he sticks up for his teammates, knowing that, I don't think be afraid of confrontation necessarily, but it's clear.
Hey, people know Brandon for throwing them paws. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the reputation that he has. What we need Brandon to do is what we need Brandon to do is what Najee was doing at SGA. Najee was in SGA face like, bro, we're not going nowhere. You know what I mean? I'm not giving you no space. Just because you want it, that don't mean nothing. So it's that type of attitude that needs to rub off on Brandon to be like, listen. And I think that we've seen that in his post-game presser. He was like, yo, how can we get Lou Dort off it? No, let him do it. I'll be ready. Don't worry about it. That's the attitude that he needs to have during the game.
Lala, they now see, you see what you did? They want you as a speaker on the show. Like, I'm just saying, we gotta ask if you AI, because to be real, the people ain't never really seen you either. Like, at least like on these. So, I mean, some didn't see you, but you might be AI just like Chung. So if y'all think Lala AI, let us know, man. I mean, I can't confirm nor deny. I've never met her, to be honest.
Hey, I just found her on Twitter like recently. I was like,
yeah. Same thing. We don't really know. And with the advances in like technology, like it's really hard to tell these days what's real and what's not, dog. So but yo, E,
all right.
I wanna get you out of here with this, man. I need your final prediction. I need you to tell me how much is BI scoring. Well, no, you know what? Fuck it. Give me a BI stat line.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a CJ stat line. And does Jordan Hawkins play?
I'm gonna go in reverse. The Jordan Hawkins thing. Hey, shout out to Five. He's beginning of giving us a lot of teasers with that one. I'm going to say. My heart want to say yes, but my head is like, nah, he not playing. Yeah, man. Hawks playing, bro. Hawks gonna play today.
All right.
Yeah, and we're gonna go with CJ. He's gonna have a bounce back game, 25, 5, and 3. And Brandon's gonna go 27, 9, and 8. He about to have a good game.
Okay. Before you finish with your final statement and you tell me, you know, what the final score is, because you my dog and because you ain't been up here as often, and I ain't hosted the spaces in a while, I'm not sure. I mean, I know you've seen enough shows to see how we hold people accountable, but I'm gonna go in reverse. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Give me a second.
Well, I thank the Lord. Well, I thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man. Love the shit out of you, man. This is for you.
We just gotta hold people accountable, man. All right, man. Yeah. Final score prediction, big dog.
112, 102. Pelicans win.
Oh, we get Perts. We get Perts tonight. Hey. All right, but yo, that's all. We're gonna get whoever else is up here next, man. Any of y'all else wanna speak, man? The link should be there. E, I appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna chop it up with you post game as well. And that'll be it, dog. All right. Yo. Who else wants to come up and speak? We need more people on the stage. Eric, appreciate it, dog. Babe. Hold on, y'all. Hey. Hi. How you doing? Thank you. All right. Let's see. What else we got here? We talked about Josh Hart. We talked about because I got notes this time. Regressing defense. Y'all think Jordan Hawkins playing? For real though. Y'all think my dog? You know what I'm saying? Chris, get that Lido guy. What's why you?
Well, I thank the Lord. Well, I thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man. Love the shit out of you, man. This is for you.
That's probably the wildest thing I've ever seen. Like somebody said, and I don't know why you did that. That's really not. That is insane. Wow, we had you up here last game. You wasn't talking like this. What the fuck? All right. What's up, bro? I don't think I can hear you. I don't even know what to call you, man. This name is crazy, brother. Can you hear me? Because I can't hear you. All right. All right, FD, I need you to finish. I need you to fix your mic. Let me know when everything's set up. When you can hear me, I can hear you. That's a crazy name. Fitness Daddy is insane, y'all. But I wanna hear my dog talk, dog. But Fitness Daddy is wild. Is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I don't even know how do I introduce you to the show? How do I do I like give like do we let you do you say like, hey, you give training sessions? Like what I don't Fitness Daddy is unbelievable. And I feel like he knows a little bit enough about this show to know how wild that is. And then it's also close to Diddy. So like Fitness Diddy is also crazy. Like, but that's okay. Let me know, like, give me like a salute or something when you got everything fixed, bro. I'm just oh, dog, Fitness Daddy is unbelievable, bro. That is crazy. Who is Brad? Who's Brad? I don't know Brad. Brad, you got it together? Justin, you know Brad? All right, let me try to get Brad back up here, man. Brad, you good now? Still can't hear you, Brad. Still can't hear you. All right. Brad couldn't figure it out. But look, man, any of y'all that need like one-on-one training sections, listen, bro, if y'all need, y'all arms ain't looking the way y'all need, and y'all need to, work on y'all lats, y'all shoulders, yo, man, holla at Fitness Daddy, bro. Apparently he got you. Y'all looking for a fitness, bro? He's the one. He's the one. Holla at Brad. Brad, whenever you watch this again, just know, bro, I gave you free promo, man, for nothing. Not like, but I'm not calling you that name. That is egregious. No, first of all, nobody calls you that. Nobody calls you Fitness Daddy. Nobody does that. You made up that name. Nobody ever was like, you know what? you put that on cards, man. It's crazy. Let's see. Let's move on. Let's talk. I'm trying to move on. Lala, man, make some order in this bitch, bro. I can't focus after that one, dog. I can't believe that was his name, man. Trey Murphy living up to the hype. Just off GP.
Well, I thank the Lord. Well, I thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man. Love the shit out of you, man. This is for you.
All right, man. Let's talk Trey Murphy, y'all. Trey Murphy, another really good game. Let me stop looking at the comments, man, because I can't focus, man. Trey Murphy had another really good game. He's on a really good run right now. Led the team in scoring in game 1, 21 points, 8 of 18 from the field, 5 threes, gave you 3 blocks and a steal. Was really good as a help defender, really good defensively, I think, all together, held his ground well. And look, they're gonna need it. So I think offensively and defensively, but Trey was a really, really good player. Led the team in minutes, I believe, as well, playing 44 minutes. They can't afford to not have him out there with him not really having another shooting specialist available, depending on what you count CJ is. Brad back, y'all. Y'all want to talk to Brad? All right. This is gonna be interesting.
Yo, what up?
Brad. Before we start, what's your name on here? No, I will not. What's your name on here?
Fitness
What's
Daddy.
your name? Why?
That's what my clients call me, Fitness Daddy.
Did a client start that off, or did you start that off?
I hope that a client started off, but who knows? It's been a while, so it could have been me.
Okay.
I'm kind of crazy. So,
Brad, how many clients do you have?
About 130.
About 130. What's the male to female ratio?
It's about 75% females.
Okay, and they call you that's what they call
Daddy.
you. Okay, we don't have to say it again. We don't have to say it again. Don't worry about it. It's a little too. All right, yo, man. But Brad, why do people know you? You know Justin. This is my first time.
So I trained Justin. That's why Justin looks so fucking jacked now. It's because
really.
Yeah.
What happened?
That's what happened.
Oh, Justin. Oh, wait till I talk to.
And then I troll a lot on Twitter. And by troll, I just mean talk shit to all the Brandon Ingram stands. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
those Richmond, Virginia Pelicans fans that aren't really Pelicans fans. They're just Brandon Ingram fans that became Pelicans fans, and they're like fucking up my Pelicans Twitter. So. Okay.
Well, let's hear that. Let's hear that, Brad. Let's hear what are your thoughts? Speaking of Brandon Ingram's game one, or simply what you think BI is right now, just as a basketball player, and how does he get better in game two?
Look, I think Brandon Ingram is a good player. Like, he's a good player. He's not a $50 million player. He's not even an all-star. He's a fringe all-star. Like, he made one game, kind of, right? And, we're paying the dude like he's a goddamn superstar, So, look, on certain nights, Brandon Ingram brings it, and everybody's like, look at that. And the reality is, to be a superstar, you got to bring it every night. And he doesn't bring it every night. And when we need him, it's like 50-50 chance he might show up. Like, maybe he got the good weed that night. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But you can tell.
Yeah, no. I mean,
so what's going to happen tonight?
This
is what's going to happen tonight. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen tonight. Okay. Brandon Ingram's going to drop like 34 points. Okay. And everybody's going to be like, told you, suck it. And I'm going to be like happy as a Pelicans fan. Awesome. And then great, because hopefully it increases his trade value in the offseason. But the problem is that Griff's a pussy, so he's not going to trade him.
All right, Brad. One of the things, I don't know how often you watch the show, but we do preach accountability here. When we hear things like anyone saying like "suck it," and it's not 1997, it's not 1997, and it's not Degeneration X. We got.
Well, thank the Lord. Well, thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man.
Next thing we know, we're going to be doing a company burger ad.
Oh, listen! Look, good thing for you.
Brought to you by Company Burger.
This show is not sponsored by Company Burger. You will not see me post that video in here. But when Pro Pros talk, I post the motherfucking video 3 or 4 times. Make the mayo, bake the buns, all that shit.
So look, I like Brandon Ingram. I like him, dude. Mm-hmm. I like him. And I think he's going to play well tonight. I just want him gone when Zion gets back because he's the better player. That's it.
Man. So. Outside of Brandon, how do you think the Pelicans steal game 2 tonight, Brad?
Man, like really, realistically, we just got to clean some shit up because everybody was talking about game 1. Oh, that's the game to steal, right? Because Oklahoma played so well. Well, the reality is we missed a shit ton of open shots and they missed a bunch of contested shots. So if we just repeat that defensive effort and then our 2 guys that are paid the most on the starting roster or that are playable right now actually come to play tonight. So if CJ turns into Christian James McCollum and then Brandon Ingram actually brings it, like, we're going to win. I'm not worried about it.
I appreciate that, Brad. Before we get you out of here, man, friend of
Lito, no, he doesn't call me that.
Okay, we just wanted to know. Was no judgment. Maybe that was just
that's a hard.
Yeah, I hope so. All right, Brad, man, appreciate you, dog. You gotta come up and speak more, man.
I'm happy to, man. I love it. Later.
All right, appreciate you, Justin. We gonna find out the truth. He might be covering for you, but I promise you, we are going to find out the truth. If you call that man Fitness Daddy, I promise you. You will never. Matter of fact, anybody who joins the live show, the live stream that happens after this, or you go post game, y'all need to ask Justin about his fitness relationship with his fitness father. Y'all let me know. We are going to close the show here. We got about, we're not about to close the show, but we got about a little bit over 15 minutes left here, and I got to get my OG up here, man. You know, someone really important in my advancement here and doing these things, and you know, kind of growing in the content space and everything. David Grub. I'm sure y'all know about Hard in the Paint, and a lot of things that they're doing right now as a platform. You know, from the Bird Rights. And he got a lot of other special things on the way too as well, man. But my OG here, David Grub. What's up, big dog?
Man, it's always a pleasure to get to talk to you, my brother, my colleague, my friend. So anytime I can be on with you, let's talk hoops, bro. Let's do this.
All right. So yo, man, I got a lot of basketball questions here for you, man, because this is one of my favorite parts of the show here. So I've been asking a few different people, and I want to know your thoughts. So you've seen basketball through a lot of different eras, right?
Oh yeah.
And the the basketball etiquette, or you know basketball morals, the like they've changed over time in regards to what is seen as acceptable, what's excessive, what's manipulating, what's not. We have terms now today, it's called foul baiting and stuff like that. And I ask you this when it comes to Brandon Ingram, because a lot has been made about the talks about Lou Dort and the Thunder just period being physical with him. And we know the reasons in which those are, but one of the biggest reasons I believe is that, you know, they know that he's not a flopper, he's not a guy that's going to oversell, he's not a guy that's looking to take advantage of, you know, aggressive defense in that kind of way. He's just going to try to play the game, what he would say, Larry Brown would like this, the right way. So I'm curious to you, is there even a right way anymore? And what's the balance between trying to play basketball in a way that sets up with your morals and how you play, and just simply what the game calls for, and what the greats are kind of doing right now to take advantage of foul creation, and kind of changing games at the free throw line?
Big thing for Ingram has been that he stopped driving. You know, like it's the settling. And referees, we know what referees do. They reward aggressive behavior. You know what I'm saying? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a guy who shoots a ton of middies, but he's getting the line 10 times a night. He didn't do that in game one. You know, he got about 6 or 7, 7 free throw attempts in game one. So, I mean, I think the thing with Brandon is we've seen this just drop consistently because he's not engaging in the contact.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Brandon, you know, I don't think there's the unethical hoops argument. I mean, I get it. I don't like watching guys chase fouls. I don't, you know, the James Harden era when it was at its peak. No, I don't think anybody enjoyed that. But you could say at a different time when people were fouling to be fouling on the defensive end in the 90s. I mean, like, you just, okay, we're going to give these fouls out and we're going to make you shoot free throws because they rather you shoot free throws. So it's a change in the way of the game is played, of course, but it's always been the guy who's the most aggressive is going to get rewarded. And I think we've seen that. Like, there's also a perception versus reality. I remember we used to talk about this a lot when Drew Holiday was with the Pelicans, about Drew not getting foul calls. But Drew would get to the line about average for a guard in the league. The problem was there would be these huge variations in the nights. There'd be times when Drew would avoid contact. I think we see a similar thing sometimes with Zion, is when he drives, because he's trying to make the shot, he will avoid the contact, and you're not going to get the call because the ref is not looking for that anymore. And I think that's for BI, he's got to stop pulling up sometimes and just go all the way through. Sometimes you got to try to dunk just for the sake of trying to dunk it and see if you can draw that contact. And I think that's the thing for BI's early in that first quarter. Don't work on getting your rhythm for the jumper. Work on setting the refs up by going to the bucket. You can finish, you can make free throws, go to the bucket.
Grub, what did you think about Willie Green's comments? I'm not a big Willie Green press conference guy. It's just not. It's not to say he doesn't say you know valuable things. It's just not. It's not my preference necessarily. But I couldn't find anything negative in what he said about Brandon Ingram. when was asked about if what did the team have to do to kind of free him up a little bit more and find ways to get him shots. And he, even with the repetitive, thing of playing with more force, I was like, nah, he's right. Like, what did you think about his comments about, Brandon adjusting to, the physical nature of this team, this matchup, the playoffs, and kind of rebounding from game one?
Willie is doing, he's learning that you can't call everybody up the same way. That famous thing that Willie said, I call guys up, not out. You can't call everybody up the same way. And I think it's time to challenge Brandon in that regard. And sometimes a player needs to be challenged, to be reminded of the fact that if you want to be a star in this league, you got to play like a star. It's not, you're going to miss shots. You're going to have bad nights, but you don't change the way you play. If you're going to go 9 for 34, do it playing your style, because ultimately it will reward itself. I think you saw that with the Knicks the other night against Philly. Jalen Brunson had one of the worst games of the entire season, but when the time came, he wasn't afraid to take the shot. The same thing when you look at Dante DiVincenzo. He misses that first three. He could have passed it back to somebody else. He takes the shot. And I think that's the thing for Brandon is, look, dude, you've had these last 4 games since he came back from injury, 1 and 3 for the Pelicans. He and CJ both have been playing really poor basketball. Well, CJ is a vet. CJ has already this season adjusted how he plays. He's got to make his shots. But for BI, you've been watching. You've been watching what happened while you were gone, how guys grew in that short time into what their confidence was, where they want things. And you have to make some adaptations too. And this is the playoffs, and this is where money gets made. And when guys get into the playoffs, if you're going to avoid the moment, then maybe it's not meant for you. And so that's what the question is for Willie and this organization. I think he's asking that question also on behalf of the organization, dude. It's like, Brandon, you want us to make this commitment to you. How committed are you? Not to all the other stuff. Now, nothing else we talk about. But when we need you at this moment, this is the defining moment of his career as a Pelican. I think this game tonight, because you go down 0-2, we know what the record is. Yep. 96 point something percent of teams don't come back from 0-2. And the Pelicans have lost 9 out of 10 to the Thunder at home. So you're talking about you better win tonight. This is Brandon Ingram's moment. And Willie Green is saying, you have to seize it. No one's going to give it to you. We can't protect you. This is the NBA playoffs. And if you want to be that guy, go take it.
Hey, well said, man. Let's talk Trey Murphy, man. You and I, we talked Trey just in regards to the hype and the positive press he was getting right before he got hurt in the offseason. And we talked about what a successful year might look like, and if the expectations were becoming too high. And I thought we had a pretty balanced conversation about some of the things he needed to improve on. Then he got hurt. We saw different variations of Trey, but now we're seeing, I think over the past maybe 2-3 weeks, a month, we've seen more than just shooting. We've seen more than just, driving off of closeouts. We're seeing an uptick in the way he's playing defensively to where almost you're looking as well. No, he's becoming a valuable defender in various ways, as a help defender, as an isolation defender in some respects. And the shooting is carried with that. And one of the things me and you talked about, I had a tweet about the credit that the coaching staff deserved, that they were gonna, if the Pelicans ended up winning the game. You brought up Trey, who ended up leading the game in points for the Pelicans, and just really had an impactful game. 3 blocks, 1 steal. All things considered, when you thought about what Trey could grow into, just simply from this year, you could throw out the injury or you could involve it if you want to. We know the importance of him the rest of this series, with Zion, without Zion. But what do you think when you're watching him and you're watching him impact games like he was game 1? Where do you think he is right now as a player? And did you expect any of this specifically on the defensive side of the floor?
Yeah. I mean, he went to Virginia for a reason. Yeah. The transfer from TCU to Virginia was to make him a better defender. He knew he could shoot already. He knew he could do the offensive things. It was about being a better defender. And I think Trey has continued to grow. Look, he got here and he was 6'8", 6'7", 6'8", and he's 6'10" now, bigger, broader. And I think, there's a maturity of learning how to use your body in ways that you never had to do it before. Trey was a perimeter guy his whole life. Well, now he's getting the ability physically to do things on the inside as well. You're talking about dude who's got 6 rebounds in 17 of his last 23 games, at least 6 boards. So he's doing the dirty work on the glass for a team that doesn't have a lot of rebounders. Trey's doing that work. Like you said, the multiple blocks. He's had more of those games, stacking multiple block games lately. I think Trey is becoming, and you see it when Bill Simmons is talking about trading him to Phoenix, when you see other people talk about, you got to find a way to get this dude in the starting lineup next year. The league understands his value because he is more than a 3-and-D player. We watched Trey at the end of the game. Ben Pfeiffer broke this down on our channel and on the Bird Rights as well. Talk about how Trey's evolving as a cutter and a passer as well. So he's becoming a 5-tool guy on the basketball court, able to do everything and impact the game, even when his shot necessarily isn't going down. I mean, he had a good effective field goal shooting night, but it wasn't percentage-wise one of the best ever. But he was able to affect the game and keep the Pelicans close. I just don't understand. I think everybody who's either watching this or watched that game is still thinking about him not getting a shot for the last 7 minutes. Like that cannot happen tonight. If you go more than if he's the only way you should go 7 minutes without him getting a shot is he's sitting down. Like you can't go, he's got to touch the ball every possession. He has to.
And that's crazy thinking about, we were having conversations back to Willie Green press conferences about them basically saying Trey has to get the basketball in the flow of the offense, and it really just be, and even when we watched him not being a high variety of things ran from him or ran for him offensively. I think when you're watching some of the issues that they're going through and specifically finding ways to create open looks, clean looks for Brandon, clean looks for CJ in some stretches, specifically against physical, and a really good defensive team in Oklahoma City that has layers, right? They have a perimeter defender, they have really good help defenders, and then they got one of the ultimate erasers at the basket, and Chet Holmgren. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Even if he doesn't have to touch the basketball, I think he has to be involved in the action because he's ultimately an X factor. Anytime you got a guy who can accurately shoot the basketball from 30 feet, and I've coming from a guy who started to hate him shooting those shots that far, I get it when you look at how clogged defenses are trying to stop what the Pelicans want to do. He's very important. We know what he can do at the rim. We know how good of a free throw shooter he is, and the reputation is following. So that's a really good point there in regards to Trey. Got a few more minutes here. What do you think the Pelicans? What did the Pelicans do well in Game 1, Grub, that you think that they can repeat in Game 2?
They're gonna win the rebounding battle again. The biggest thing, is just that they've got to utilize Jonas, man. Look, I think if you look at it, Jonas and Larry to an extent as well, because look, you understand that Oklahoma City does not have a lot of size. Chet is a great shot blocker, and I love him defensively. I've been a big Chet fan since he was at Gonzaga, but the dude was shooting turn fadeaways over CJ. So the physicality is not there. Jonas and Larry were able to do things both on the boards, 28 boards between them, especially the offensive glass. Pelicans have to be willing and able to utilize those two in the right way. For number one, you dump it into Jonas, and what do? You kick it back out. Trey is either the guy opposite Jonas, so that he can kick directly to, or he's that guy on the opposite side with CJ so that the three of them are able to move that ball and get it over there. And then in transition, when you are going into your small ball lineups, Larry is actually able to operate in a dunker spot. Not against the big teams. He can't do that against the Lakers, but against Oklahoma City, he can go 5 for 9 from the floor. He can get 9 boards in 19 minutes. But we've seen, you know, against bigger teams, Larry's giving you 3-4 boards. Against Oklahoma City, can give you that action. So I think they have to not ignore the interior. They forced a lot of shots. Even I know they were open, but you don't, just because something's open don't mean it's the best shot. And the Pelicans need to be a little bit smarter and deliberate on the offensive end in choosing their targets. Not slow, but deliberate. Understand the decision you're making. Don't just pass it because, I think that's the thing that the Pelicans get into is there's sequences that just go on and you're like, what was the focus of that possession? Particularly in the last 5 minutes when they go turnover, miss shot, turnover. When you're in those situations, I think you got to look inside and at least give you the defense a reason to move. And the Pelicans do not do that well. And if they can repeat what they did in the first half, in particular, they were really good in the first half off it, going inside. Trey carried them in the second half a lot more. But I think you start early again by getting the refs involved. Jonas is going to get the refs involved. You know what I'm saying? You put that shoulder down, the refs are going to have to call something. And we see that the refs are early on are trying to set tones one way or another. So I think, that's something the Pelicans can exploit. Oklahoma City doesn't give up a lot of points on the inside, but the Pelicans usually do well against them on the inside. So
as we close here, Grub, I need a final prediction on score, who wins the game, and I need you to tell me, regardless of the prediction, what do you think CJ has to do specifically for the Pelicans to come up with a victory?
CJ, let's start with there. He's got to hit at least 4 triples. Tonight he's got to get you 4. And it's got to come on those catch and shoot situations. The other part is the Pelicans have to get over 100 points. They have to get over 100. Last 2 seasons, 3-13. 3-13 went under 100 points. You know how many teams have held them to under 100 more than once? 2. One of them is the Oklahoma City Thunder, held them under 100 3 times in the last 2 seasons. 3 out of those 16 belong to the Thunder. So you need to run, because that 20-7 disadvantage in the break is a huge disadvantage for the Pelicans. So they have to even that out. I think tonight's game is a 104. I'll go 104-100, and I'll go against my gut. But I'll say Pelicans 104-100, that they actually have the lead going into the 4th. I think the Pelicans will have the lead. Look, all bets off, they ain't winning after 3 quarters because they still over. But I think that they will have the lead going into the 4th. It's going to be up to them whether or not they close. And remember how big this is, considering their history at home, like we talked about, and just their history with the Thunder at home, and the fact that they've lost 3 out of the last 4 at home overall, 6 out of 8 at home. So you've got to win this one. You've got to win this one, because I think you win this one, you come home for game 3 with a crowd that's going to be electric. And then you give yourself a chance. Maybe you can extend it long enough for Zion to be healthy. But if you lose tonight, I think you have a very, very nervous crowd on Saturday that is waiting again for the Pelicans to prove them right in one way or another.
Well said, man. Grub, tell the people where to find you at, and we'll wrap up.
Yeah, at DM Grub on all your social media platforms, Hard to Paint Sports on YouTube. Make sure you check that out as well. And Hard to Paint is also on all your social media platforms as well. So we're everywhere. We're trying to do more. We got more coming.
Appreciate you, big dog. Look, man, this is my OG right here, man. Taught me about 60% of what I know. I gotta give him his credit when he up here, man. So, hey, man, look, for everybody that pulled up, man, appreciate y'all. Look, hope y'all enjoy the game. It's about to start in a minute now. Be sure to pop in on Pro Pills Talk, because they are about to go live from studio watching the game. That's gonna be fun because they probably drunk by now. Justin is probably in there with Fitness Daddy and Ross. Y'all have a good time. Y'all be sure to pop back up for halftime and post game for myself, for Grub, for everybody up that popped up, for Rocky. Holla at y'all soon. Super chats, comments. Love y'all as always. Thank y'all for popping in, man. We'll talk soon. See y'all.